contrary to what people believe about the Super Bowl, and I want to say shouts out to everybody out there that support One Crack News. Contrary to what people believe about the Super Bowl, it wasn't what you thought. The Super Bowl halftime performance had more women chatting about it on Twitter than probably anyone that I know. The girl that I speak to texting me, "Did you see Usher, man? I loved Usher performance. Usher, it was outstanding." I'm like, I guess. Glad you found some excitement in it. But I didn't think, I was like, maybe they told him, look, man, don't take your shirt off on stage. And I'm like, nope, there it is. There go the shirt. So the shirt pops off. And I'm like, oh, wow, at the Super Bowl? They crucified Janet Jackson. And now, all of a sudden, like I remember, what's that, Nick Lachey and all those guys from NSYNC, they were doing the Super Bowl weekend. They were performing their song. After the Janet Jackson thing went off, they were like told, oh, you can't do that. I'm like, what? Can't do that song no more. It's like, why? Oh, it's too much provocativeness in the song. And now that's just out the window. Now you done seen them get as freaky as they want to be. They doing all kind of craziness at the Super Bowl now, at the halftime shows. So all of that's out the window. So the parents got mad as hell. Well, they didn't break down the race of the parents, but I can guarantee you they weren't the same complexion as Usher. And these parents was upset. They're there with their children at the Super Bowl and had to see Usher gyrating on another woman and taking off his shirt and doing all this stuff here. And they kids have to watch this. And they said, this is just not appropriate for the Super Bowl. Now, exactly. So you're looking at a situation where I was like shocked because we were trying to watch the AMC Plus show. You know, we was trying to get to the ones who lived. We was trying to get that one going, but we couldn't get it to work. So I said, well, we can't get this to work. The Last of Us, or the Walking Dead thing, I couldn't get it to work. Then I finally saw the preview thing. Then I hear Confessions playing. I look up, I'm like, Confessions? At the Super Bowl? That's the wrong song to play at a Super Bowl. It's Confessions. What are you doing? These are my confessions. At a Super Bowl? Man, dudes is like, dude, hey, man, I ain't trying to make her remember nothing. She been, At least Usher confessed. I had to catch your ass down there at Florence house. Hey, babe, we passed that, remember? We passed that. It's been years ago. I was drunk, I made a mistake, I was with T-Roy, I've been told you that. Man, Usher, stop. What you doing? Campaign, pay $8,000 for these tickets. I had myself in trouble. What you playing Confessions for? Nobody trying to hear Confessions at the damn Super Bowl. They supposed to be, hey man, man, damn. What are you doing Confessions for? Right. Now, Usher wore a skirt to get the damn job. He had to appear in a skirt. So he wore a skirt at the pre-Super Bowl thing. Him and his Skittle Crew dancers were seen at a gentleman's club. supposed to be rehearsing steps, but it was one of the dancers' birthdays, and they showed up and showed out. The whole skate rink thing. Usher's a skater, and he work on scenes on stage with the skates. So this is what he does in Vegas. Now he has his residency in Vegas. Diddy and Quincy Jones helped make that happen. And now Usher's out there making it happen on stage. So they making sure they take care of Usher, so Usher will definitely keep his mouth shut. Oh yeah, so the parents are upset, and they was writing to the NFL on Monday. Monday came, and there was nothing but the letters coming in about Usher's performance. Now, before Usher performed, they put out a warning label, warning the people who was watching the Usher performance of what it was going to detail. That there was going to be romantic stuff, everything else, right? The NFL did that warning. Now, Jay-Z's supposed to be in charge of this halftime of the Super Bowl thing. Well, they can't be sued because they warned people that this was going to happen during the Super Bowl. So they put their disclaimer up. Yep. I think it was in red. NFL warning about Usher's performance. The National Football. I wish I could find it. It was in red. Yep, there it is. I knew it. I knew it appeared on there. There's the warning label. It came right up. The Apple Music Administration advises the following performance is rated U, may cause singing, dancing, sweating, gyrating, and possible relationship issues. Get ready to witness a performance 30 years in the making. So they put this up, Apple Music, and may create possible relationship issues. Now, it was meant to be a joke to hype up the performance. Now, Usher's a great performer. Nobody is not gonna, he's a zesty as hell, a tasty killer, if you wanna. The tasty killers. Well, Usher was doing his fruity dances on stage and off the stage. People were sitting there embracing this performance he was doing and how he was entertaining the crowd and how he was getting people put on a certain pedestal and doing this on artificial grass of the Super Bowl. Somebody could have tore ACL. I mean, you had girls in heels out there performing. Well, you had the whole LGBTQ community represented in the halftime of the Super Bowl, without a doubt. Well, my thing is what they gonna do about it. It's like what? Next year, who they want? Because trust me, it was more white girls and Mexican girls watching Usher last night just as much as black women. These married ladies who know they over the hill, these soccer moms, they with their kids. This is not great. I got nothing going on in my life. I'm bored. I'm writing a letter. And Alicia Keys was out there. Still can't hit no notes, but don't matter, baby. Still thick with it. Usher went behind her like some zesty man who don't know what in the world he doing. Another nasty R&B dude. One lady said, I cringed. I cringed because it looked like she was trying to get away from him and he was doing so much extra. I cringed. I'm like, please, lady, you did not care about this at all. I cared. She's trying to get away from him and he's just stalking her. Look, she's trying to back up, like, give me space. And he won't allow it. This made me I'm like, lady, they're performing. If you was gonna cringe, somebody would probably cringe if you came to say hi to them. They would cringe to see you walk in their vicinity to ask them even directions. I didn't watch this at all. I mean, I was in my phone. I saw this part when Alicia Keys was out there. I said, hey, Alicia Keys. And I'm like, they're performing. They was Swiss Beats should be mad. Look how he's grabbing his wife. I mean, did he grab her titties? What did he do? He's performing. I mean, shoot, he'd rather have Swiss Beats than her. I'm like, shoot, y'all should. Swiss Beats be like, oh, that's just a regular night. Y'all gotta understand, man. Y'all dealing with a bunch of weirdos. This ain't what you think. Man, I thought that was CeeLo Green. That's JD. That's Jermaine Dupri. Oh man, I thought that was CeeLo Green. I was like, CeeLo? People just wanna they bored with their lives. They need something to do. I mean, his performance was a lot to put in there, but once he started like, I'm gonna take my shirt off, that's when I thought that went a little too far. I mean, there are some kids at the Super Bowl, and this is kind of adult themed. So, I mean, y'all made it an adult themed moment, and he's like, Mommy, he's taking his shirt off. She's gonna be, close your eyes, dear. Oh my God. I'm like, but y'all will go see Magic Mike in a minute. All them soccer moms lined up to go see some Magic Mike. Oh, absolutely. So if they gonna come after Usher, freak Nick at the Super Bowl. Right, let Luke Campbell do the Super Bowl halftime show. That's when it gets way insane. Oh, that roller skate scene was nice. To be able to dance like that in skates, that takes some practice, and he's a skating guy, so they had Little John out there. I don't think Lil Jon was supposed to walk over there like that. Oh, I knew Ludacris was gonna be somewhere in this. I said Ludacris is gonna be somewhere in this. And sure enough, I'll be like, man, where's Ludacris? He's normally showing up for stuff like this. Sure enough, there he is. Luda. Jay-Z do the halftime performance at the Super Bowl. For what? He ain't gonna move. The 60-year-old dude sitting up there, he didn't move when he was 20. Well, the narratives are always gonna change. Um, you gotta look at what people want to see. Now, when you see everybody on the side that ain't supposed to be there or needed to be there or whatever, they have 13 minutes. It's gonna take 2 weeks to put together 13-minute performance. You got 13 minutes to get this done for the halftime show. The NFL is on the Navy master clock. Okay, when they on that naval master clock, that's the time they going. So they look, you ain't know we going over the time limit. They will unplug your ass. They'll be breaking down that damn set. They got to get all that stuff off the field. People they don't get the gist of situations. Michael Jackson did the first halftime at the Super Bowl, and it was done to combat what other people were doing. The NFL decided they were going to spend millions of dollars on a set, but not give you any money to perform because it's the biggest advertising and marketing platform in the world. So you get more than money doing the halftime of the Super Bowl. But because In Living Color came in and decided to use the Super Bowl as a vehicle, they didn't pay any marketing for the Super Bowl. And since it was on Fox, they were already included in there because they wanted to market their show on one year. They was like, okay, at halftime of the game, because I think it was on another channel at that time, and Fox didn't have it that year or something. And they were saying at the halftime of the Super Bowl, go to In Living Color. It's going to be a whole new In Living Color show. And they had men on film and all that stuff. And boy, they talked about football and hated it. And the NFL hated it. And they wanted that show off the air. And they was threatening to take the Super Bowl away from Fox. Absolutely. Fox was about to lose the Super Bowl. And they was just, establishing themselves as a real, channel because they weren't even included. It was ABC, CBS, and NBC. They alternate who got the Super Bowl. Now Fox is going to be into that category now, and you know, into that rotation. So it's going to mess up a lot of things with the competition at these major networks. And once you said they were going to do a halftime show, and it's going to be a whole new thing after the Super Bowl for the halftime, why they normally used to just go over the game and what happened in the first half. Oh, never that. Super Bowl that year, people turned away and started watching In Living Color, which was on Fox. And started watching it, and they had a clock on there ticking down to when the game would kick back off. So you could turn back and watch the Super Bowl. So it was timed perfectly that the shows would end at a certain time. They played the new episodes, and they got the largest ratings they ever had from doing that. It broke, like, all that marketing idea was genius. The next year they come back with Michael Jackson. First ever halftime performance at a Super Bowl. You bring Michael Jackson out, nobody's gonna move. They're gonna all be watching the Super Bowl halftime show. And since then, every year somebody else they bring it out to perform. Chris Breezy would have done it better. Breezy did his performance out there at the Super Bowl where they put him on the small stage. But you want to talk about somebody who was like too active, who you might have to be worried about. Now, I don't think he finna choke a chick on the stage, but you got to be careful with Breezy. I thought it was an odd choice for them to bring Usher to do it because I'm like Usher don't have that many like anthem songs. He's more of a crooner. then he's a performer dance wise. But I'm just like, mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like they say, it's going up. But yeah, let me charge this phone, man. Yeah, I gotta charge this phone, and then from that point, we gotta do our thing. Oh yeah, we coming back on Carcino for life. So hold your head.